Now, a couple of months ago, I actually rented the Sony A7R III and basically wanted to test out how good this camera was at photos. And I've also got a Metabones speed booster to go alongside this camera. Now, through testing it, I put my Canon glass on it, and for photography, it worked out great. However, when I did test it with video, it wasn't quite as smooth, especially with autofocus. Now, since I actually purchased the A7 III, I've been testing out another adapter, the Sigma MC11. And I have to say, when you pair the MC11 with a Sigma lens, it is basically a match made in heaven. And I'm going to tell you guys why I think this is probably the better adapter for you guys to pick up if you are a Sony shooter shooting with Canon lenses. What's good, creative fam? Brandon Washington here. And first of all, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button because this channel is all about filmmaking gear, tips, and tutorials. But in today's video, we're taking a look at the Sigma MC11. Now, this is an adapter that you can attach onto your Sony cameras to allow you to adapt Canon lenses directly to it. Now, obviously, with this thing being designed and made by Sigma, it's obviously gonna work better with actual Sigma lenses. However, I'll show you guys how it sort of works with Canon lenses as well, but ultimately, this thing is definitely designed to work with their Sigma art lenses. Now, the hardest thing when it comes to adapting Canon lenses over to Sony is video. The autofocusing system that Sony has put into the Sony A7 III is phenomenal with native lenses. However, when you typically use an adapter with Canon lenses, you lose all that functionality. However, when you use this adapter with a Sigma lens, you get all of that functionality back. For example, the last couple videos I've actually uploaded onto my channel were shot on the Sony A7 III using face detection autofocus, and I have to say that this worked out phenomenally. I had no issues with the autofocus. Even shooting my 35mm at 1.8, it still held focus continuously throughout my video. Now, one thing you'll notice that when you pick up this actual adapter and look underneath it, it'll say that it's designed for Sigma lenses only. However, I've actually learned that with photography, it does still work with Canon lenses. Now, to test this thing even further, I took it out on a photo shoot using my actual Canon lenses because it should work well for Canon lenses in photography, and it did not disappoint. I was still able to use all my Canon glass, even using eye autofocus, and this thing was tack sharp every time. I was very happy with the way the photos turned out, and it looked really great, really showing me how good this camera was, but also letting me know that for photography, I could continue to use my Canon lenses, but when it came to video, I definitely needed to use Sigma lenses. Now, currently for my Sony camera, I still don't have any native Sony lenses, but now knowing that I can actually use Sigma lenses to work with this adapter on my Sony camera, it actually has me asking myself another question. Since I am continuously a Canon shooter, should I be investing in Sigma lenses? And then that way, using the adapter, I can use them on both my 1DX Mark II and on the A7 III, or should I start investing into Sony lenses? Now, if you find yourself in the same boat, here's basically what I think I'm gonna do and what's really gonna work out well. One, I think that the Sigma art lenses are phenomenal, especially their primes. But when it comes to some of their zoom lenses, they are a little limiting. For example, their 18-35 only works in crop mode, and then some of their bigger lenses, like their wide angle zoom lenses, are very, very chunky, kind of making the balance on a Sony camera not really the most ideal setup. For my actual Sony A7 III, I'm still gonna be buying a zoom Sony native lens like the 24-70, but when it comes to primes, I'm actually gonna invest in Sigma prime lenses for Canon mount. That way I can still attach those to my 1DX Mark II or onto like a C200 if I decide to rent that for a shoot. But then by using the adapter, they will literally work as if they were mounted E-mount lenses with this adapter, because that's literally how much I trust this adapter when using it with this camera. You know, regardless if you're using this adapter, whether you're putting Canon lenses on it for photography or you're putting Sigma lenses on it for video or for photography, I honestly think that this adapter is probably the better option out there, especially with the integration of Sigma lenses, because it gives you the best of both worlds in photography and video. So for all you guys out there who are shooting on Canon and shooting on Sony and you're still trying to figure out which way to go, I personally think this may be the best tool, the best option for you. It's definitely the one that I'm gonna run with for a while, at least for now, as I continue to kind of invest in some Sony lenses and figure out which ones I wanna buy. As we know, lenses are not a cheap purchase, but they are an investment. And so as I continue to make that investment in my photography and video, I just wanted to kind of share with you guys some of the things that I learned by using this adapter. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you thought it was helpful, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to continue to put out videos on filmmaking gear tips and tutorials on this channel, and you're not going to want to miss any of it. Last little update is that this Friday we will be going live again. Hopefully I'll be doing a better job than I did in the last live video. If you missed that one, you can definitely check out the replay. It's really funny. It was kind of a disaster, but we played it off and it was a good time. But I hope to see you guys in that live stream on Friday, same time, 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. And again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You're not gonna want to miss what's coming next. But until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.